very robust ICT system here. But later on, when we looked back, our ICT department crafted a strategy which would support this university to have virtual education, virtual classes, which also led to virtual exams. And now we are doing the virtual graduation. And before that, we have also now done virtual registration and admission of students. So our processes are from end to end using virtual systems. Our meetings, our webinars, international webinars, we have also done international webinars and other activities using virtual systems. Yes.
So let's talk about the symbolism around here. You told me that there are trees that were planted by the first president of Kenya, President Jomo Kenyatta. What are other symbolic things that you can see around here?
This place is full of symbolism. If you look there, you see the tree that was planted by the Chancellor, first Chancellor of the university, 1970. That's President Jomo Kenyatta. Behind it, you know, University of Nairobi was initially part of the East African University, which was affiliated to the London College, okay? So you can see the other side, the previous Chancellor of the University of East Africa was President Nyerere. So the other tree next to me, Jomo Kenyatta's tree, is President Nyerere's tree. Then when you go there, the other tree that's there is the next Chancellor of the university, which was President Kibaki. You see the other tree? And next to it, we also have a tree by Honorable Dr. Raila Odinga. If you go this side, behind you here, you can see that tree. One of them is planted by Matteo Renzi, former Prime Minister of Italy. We have a tree here planted by President Obama when he visited the University of Nairobi. We also have a tree here that was presented by Mrs. Clinton. You look at the buildings, all these buildings, look at even the other tree between the buildings. You know, when that tower was being built, they could not fell that tree because that tree was planted by Princess Anne, the princess of Princess Anne, the Queen's daughter, when she visited this university when it was still a Royal College of East Africa. Okay, and you look at this building behind me. This building is called Gandhi Memorial Building. This building was donated to us by the Gandhi community as a library, and now we are using it as our graduate library. That's graduate library. You look at that one, that was donated by the government of Kenya. The other building, this one was the first building in this institution. This is the first college when university established, and this one represents support from the British government. This is Kenya government, and you go behind there, you have the American wing, which support from American government, and behind there we have the Fountain of Knowledge, okay, just to show that the future generations are supposed to drink from the Fountain of Knowledge. Yes. Yes.
So let's talk about the graduates who are graduating today. How many are they? How many are graduating with degrees, masters, PhD? Briefly.
Today, class 2020 September, we have 2,851 graduates who will be graduating with various degrees. We have 54 PhD graduates. We have 370 master's graduates, 15 postgraduate degrees, and the rest are bachelors and diploma. Normally, during this period, this September graduation, we normally do around 5,000 to 6,000. But due to the challenges of COVID-19, I know many of our students have chosen to wait so that they can come and enjoy the graduation with their families and friends. So the number is a bit lower than normal, but it is still a big number. You know, 28 is still a big number. Other universities have 2,000, probably 2,000 students in all university. So for us, it's an achievement, taking into account that everything, all the processes have been all virtual, from classes, teaching, and then to exams. You remember you came here and when they were doing exams, and now they have also now done, we are doing the virtual graduation. And we want to thank our partners who are working with us to ensure that we reach the students wherever they are. They'll be able to engage them using various platforms, even during the graduation today. So I want to wish them well. We want to tell them to engage us, keep watching and engage us during this virtual graduation. Thank you very much.
Maybe lastly, what do you expect today? How long is the graduation going to take? And how is the day going to be?
The graduation is going to take timed to be 2 hours. You can see here the procession is ready. I think they are waiting for the CS to arrive. Then they can start moving towards the graduation square. It's technology, it's full of technology. So most of the thing will be delivered through technology, and it's timed just 2 hours. And we are very happy. We'll be able to get students using a platform called Microsoft Teams. Students, wherever they are, they'll be able to talk. Even when they are called, they'll be able to pop up from their comfort at home or where they are. Yeah, so thank you.
Well, that has been John Orindi, who is the Director of Communications at the University of Nairobi, just explaining to us what you're going to expect today on this virtual graduation, the 63rd graduation at the University of Nairobi. The university boasts of 50 years of existence. Several institutions have not even managed many years or so to speak, but it has been a journey that has been a journey of inspiration, a journey of giving knowledge, and of course impacting on the society. And today 2,851 graduates are expecting to graduate with different levels so that they can get into the job market as they also hustle through the life. So most importantly, the university has about 84,000 students in every year, and this means that it has around 10 campuses around the country, and even globally they boast of doing open and virtual learning across the continent, across the globe, and this just makes it makes it stand tall, of course, during this pandemic where other institutions are grappling to make sure that they also go virtual. So that is the situation right now. We will be monitoring this. You can, of course, follow this up on KTN News in all our website, of course, and you can be sure to get all these details from us. So I'm going to speak to one graduate who is expecting to graduate today and just get the feeling right now, because normally they will have their family members around, the relatives coming in, but this time round is going to be a little bit different because they'll be following this virtually, and we are told that the ceremony will take about 2 hours and it's going to start exactly at 8 a.m. So let me just speak to him. Kindly tell us your name and your feeling right now. How do you feel now that you're going to graduate today, albeit in virtual way?
My name is Peter Olwoch. I'm graduating with a master's degree in computer science, and I'm very, very excited, very happy to have completed my master's course at the College of Biological and Physical Sciences, Chiromo campus. Okay. Yes.
What is the feeling right now? Last year, the graduates had their family members here, they had their relatives, but you don't have one today. How does it feel?
Well, first and foremost, it feels nice to graduate, and I'm very, very excited about that. But well, the part for family members, I feel slightly, because of COVID-19, but I understand. We have to, our healthcare is a priority. Yes.
So you had exams, of course, before coming to this stage today. How was it doing exams virtually? There were concerns about about cheating in exams. How was it, and how was it made to be possible?
Okay, for me, I'm graduating with master's in computer science. Master's for us, when COVID hit, was 100% personal. There was no exam to be done. It's you to do your research, submit your research to your professor, you get corrections, do more research, go collect the data, do more research, and do a lot of reading and reading and reading and reading and reading. Then you present it to the panel of 6 professors. So for us, there's no way you can cheat. Professors will ask you all the hard questions. You cannot cheat. You have to get all that information from your research. All right. Yes. Thank you so much, and all the best. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much. That has been one of the graduates who is expecting to graduate today, and of course he's part of the team that is going to graduate today, all over the country, waiting with bated breath to see whether this ceremony will be as effective or as normal as the ones that have been conducted here have been done. Remember that it is a jubilee year for the University of Nairobi, as they expect to mark 50 years in December 10th, when the event will be made, of course, public to all those who are going to attend. So that is it right now. I take you back to the studio.
ya chuo na kuimarisha miundo msingi na kuwekeza zaidi katika miradi, na hasa kuhakikisha kwamba kupitia ujenzi wa chuo shughuli zote ambazo zinahusiana na washikadau inaweza kufanikishwa vilivyo. Na kukumbusha tena kwamba unapofuzu siku hii ya leo unajiunga na idadi iliyo imara sana ya zaidi ya waliofuzu 1150 waliofuzu kutoka chuo kikuu cha Nairobi, na tunaomba muweze kuimarisha uhusiano mwema na kundi hili mtakalounganishwa nalo kupitia muungano wa Alumni wa chuo kikuu cha Nairobi, na unaweza kuwasiliana na usimamizi wa shirika hili ama muungano huu kupitia mitandao ya kijamii, barua pepe, barua meme na anwani zingine zinazoweza kupatikana katika ukurasa wao wa mtandao. Kwa hakika chuo kikuu cha Nairobi kinaendelea kutimiza matarajio ya jamii, kutoa magwiji katika taifa la Kenya na ulimwengu mzima kwa jumla. Kadhalika chuo kinakusudia kuhakikisha kwamba kinageuza dhamira na mtazamo wa kimaisha ili kukabiliana na changamoto na mahitaji ya jamii kila uchao, na katika mabadiliko ambayo tunayoshuhudia inatoa mbinu mbadala, hasa wakati huu ambapo tuna changamoto hizi za COVID na changamoto zingine tukizi ambazo zinatokea katika jamii. Chuo kikuu cha Nairobi kiko katika mstari wa mbele kutoa suluhisho za kudumu. Matumaini ya chuo ni kwamba kujitolea kwa washikadau mbalimbali kuhakikisha ufanisi tunaoshuhudia kutawapa moyo mnaofuzu, pia muweze kujitolea katika kuendeleza ujenzi wa taifa na jamii ya ulimwengu mzima kwa jumla, ili kuhakikisha kwamba kuna utengamano na maendeleo ya kudumu.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chancellor's fanfare will begin in a few moments. So once the academic procession starts moving towards the dais, all, including the guests, will stand and remain silent as the Chancellor leads the academic procession for the ceremony to begin. After the academic procession arrives here at the dais, we will all remain standing for the national anthem and prayers. Remember, we will keep standing until the Vice Chancellor has constituted the congregation. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to begin. So once the academic procession starts moving towards the dais, all, including the guests, will all stand and remain silent as the Chancellor leads the academic procession for the ceremony to begin. After the academic procession has arrived here at the dais, we will all remain standing until the Vice Chancellor has constituted the congregation. Then we can all have our seats.
Msafara wa kiakademia, msafara wa Chancellor wakati wowote utakuwa unaanza kuja hapa jukwani kujongea. Kwa hivyo kwa vyovyote vile sherehe hizi zitakuwa zinaanza wakati wowote. Wanaongozwa na bendi ya skauti, pia kuna wasimamizi wa chuo ambao wako katika msafara huo na wanakuja hapa jukwani. Tutakuwa tunakujuza ni akina nani wamehusishwa katika msafara huo kwa muda usiokuwa mrefu. Msafara huu unaongozwa na bendi ya skauti wa hapa chuo kikuu cha Nairobi. Chancellor pia yuko katika msafara huo. Wanakuja hapa jukwani ili kuweza kuanzisha sherehe hizi rasmi. Asante sana. Kwa hivyo tunawashukuru wote waliosimama na kubakia kimya msafara unapokuja hapa jukwani. Vivyo hivyo tutabakia kimya tukiwa tumesimama ili tuweze kuwa na wimbo wa taifa, maombi na baadaye
virtual graduation at the University of Nairobi. It has also been 50 years of existence since the university was established in 1970, actually on 10th December that year. And this year, 10th December, this institution will be marking 50 years of existence since it was established. And of course, this is a very important event when the university is doing its graduation. Right now, we're already having the procession for the event to begin. More than 2,851 graduates are expecting to graduate with different professions, different levels of occupancy, so that they can also go out there and go into the job market. You know, it is also a very big challenge getting jobs nowadays, but these graduates are being prepared adequately to make sure that they are fit and ready to serve in the country. So it is also going to be a very important event because it is going to be virtual for the first time here at the University of Nairobi. Remember, this event has been occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic that has continued to ravage the institution, the country, and the world at large, and making sure that students stay at home. Many students, about 15 million of them, have been grounded since the COVID-19 pandemic started, and we're getting these live updates from KTN Home. And I'm going to speak to one of the officers here, the Director of Communication at the University of Nairobi, John Orindi, just to explain to us what is the expectation, what are the expectations today, how many students do we expect to graduate in different capacities. We have those graduating with master's degrees, PhDs, and the whole event today is going to take 2 hours starting right now, and it's going to culminate at 10 a.m. So the graduates can follow up or can follow through this event from the comfort of their homes. Others are having their relatives. Normally, this place will be flocked with people of different calibers, different backgrounds, just celebrating this event with their colleagues or with their students. So I'm going to speak to John Orindi right now, and just to tell us what we expect today, how the journey has been so far, and what we expect in the near future. So welcome to KTN. What do we expect today and the journey that University of Nairobi has had so far?
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. It's a very joyous occasion, especially for the graduates, their parents and families, and also for us, the university. We have a new number, 2,851, joining the alumni ranks, and also we are taking that population back to the society. It's now their time to go and serve, okay, in different capacities. Some of them going to be entrepreneurs, some of them are going to be employees, government officers, and many others. So for us, it's a very important occasion because we are fulfilling our mandate of preparing the future leaders of tomorrow. Yes.
And maybe just explaining the virtual process. How is it going to be? How are they going to follow through this event? And how different is it from the previous years?
Normally, during graduation, when you have a normal graduation, we normally do it at the Great Court, the other side of the university. But this one we are doing here because due to COVID-19, we cannot have big meetings. So that today, the graduation is going to be, we are going to interact with our graduates through online platform. Remember, the university shifted to virtual platforms since colleges were closed and higher institutions were closed to allow people to not to interact at close range so that we check on COVID-19 spread. So from there, we have done a lot through virtual system. We have made a journey. We have gone through virtual education. Last semester, most of it was virtual learning. And then they have also gone through virtual examinations. And now we are doing a virtual graduation. But we are going to use online platform to relay this graduation and also enable us to interact with the graduation during the ceremony. We are going to use different platforms here so they have to interact with them from their home, comfort of their homes. And I think this is also very good. providing a solution in difficult circumstances, one of the reasons why universities exist. So I think this one we have hacked it well, yes. Yeah.
And maybe just speaking into the symbolism around, I can see so many symbols. Maybe briefly, if you can just tell us what it means, because sometimes people pass through University of Nairobi and they don't understand what it means, briefly.
This place, the Great Court, is laden with a lot of symbolism, because really this is the first place where we did our first graduation in December 1970. And remember, the university now is celebrating its 50 years. The university was established as a full-fledged university on 1st July 1970. So UN is at 50. And we are very proud that of many achievements that the university has made, many strides, both at local, national, and at global level. We have released more than 250 graduates across all fields, be it engineering, engineers, most of the established engineers from in this country and from this university. Good doctors. We have released the best doctors who continue to serve in this community. We have released the best political leaders. Talk of anybody, even if you go to the Senate, talk of Orengo, talk of Kitumba, the old and the young. Even Babu Owino was just here the other day. So we are very happy that we continue to release the best in all the industry to the society. Yeah, so we are proud of that. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the research quickly. We are having people saying that the universities are not really contributing into the research. And right now we are trying to look for the COVID-19 vaccine. And many people are grappling to understand and know how they can assist, even if they're not going to come up with a vaccine, but also assist the rest who are in the forefront in finding this vaccine. How far is the research, and we're also expecting a research week? Maybe talk about that.
I want to disabuse that notion that universities are not contributing to in research. Our university, I want to speak on behalf for University of Nairobi. We are a research university. We have various institutes here who have engaged in various research. Just for COVID-19 alone, when it came out, this university put in place various disciplines to top gear to do research. We have an institute at Kenyatta, CAVI. You heard of CAVI, a Vaccine Research Institute. So even as people talking, our vaccine institute is already going on. We are researching on the vaccine, yes, and other areas, even making of technology like the breathers, ventilators. We have made those. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it is the 63rd virtual graduation here at the University of Nairobi. It was also 50 years since the institution was established in 1970. Remember that it has been a long journey, a journey of many challenges, but the university has stood up and has maybe just shown the journey, because it is the mother of many institutions, many universities in this country. It was first linked to the London College in those formative years in the country, and this year it is celebrating 50 years. It is also the 63rd graduation, where 2,851 graduates are going to graduate today. So that is it right now. We are going to expect the event to begin anytime from now, so that we can follow through.
tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. University of Nairobi, we labor all together in search for knowledge and truth. We bless and honor thee. We are the pinnacle of excellence in knowledge, knowledge to serve our motherland. O Kenya, knowledge to serve all mankind. Be not angered by pride, let excellence prevail. May we all shun the pitfall of being the ivory tower. With sacrifice and dedication, our problems will overcome. With sacrifice and dedication, our problems will overcome. We are the fount of knowledge. We create, we hold the vision. God give us grace to serve, and the future is bright. And the children shall drink from the fount of knowledge. Knowledge shall surely set them free. Knowledge shall surely set them free.
Let us bow down for our opening prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of life, and we thank you for a beautiful morning like this that you have brought us together as a community of University of Nairobi to celebrate the 63rd virtual graduation ceremony. We thank you for an opportunity that you have given to us as a university for the last 50 years. And we thank you for the university leadership. We thank you for our Chancellor, Dr. Bijo Ratansi. We thank you for bringing our Cabinet Secretary Education this morning, Professor Magoha. We thank you for our Council Chair, Professor Julio Diambo. We thank you for our University Vice Chancellor, Professor Kiyama Gitai. We thank you for our DVCs. We thank you for our college principals. We thank you for the deans and directors. We thank you for the teaching and non-teaching staff and students. We thank you for the opportunity that you have given to us as a university to impact the world through generation and dissemination of knowledge. And we thank you that for the last 50 years you have been so faithful to us. Even today, when we are celebrating the 63rd graduation ceremony, we give you all the honor and glory. We thank you for our students, over 2,800 who are graduating this morning. We pray for your blessings upon them, each one of them by name, that Lord, you will bless them and open up opportunities for them to serve this great nation and the world at large. Wherever they are celebrating virtually this morning, we ask that as you bless us here, that you will bless them also and show your mercies and grace upon them. We thank you for this great nation of Kenya. We thank you for our leadership of the nation. We pray for the president. We pray for the deputy president. We pray for the cabinet secretaries and the entire team that are involved in the day-to-day running of our nation. We pray for your blessings. And we pray for prosperity in this nation, because the success of this nation is our success too. And dear Lord, we pray that all that you are going to do this day, even in this celebration, will bring glory to your holy name. We pray for a beautiful morning, and we pray for the equipment that you are using to give this information online, that, Lord, they will function well and that we will have no hitches. Above all, we give all the glory and honor to you, and at the end of it, we'll give thanks. This is a humble prayer with thanksgiving through Christ our Lord. Amen, amen.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me by Statute 3 of the University of Nairobi Statutes of 2013, I declare this assembly and a congregation of the University of Nairobi.
Madam Chancellor, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Vice Chancellor, Chair of Council, Council members, Management, Senate, graduates, distinguished guests present and viewing us online. It is my pleasure on behalf of the University of Nairobi to welcome all of you to this virtual 63rd University of Nairobi graduation happening here at the Great Court today, the 25th of September 2020. I acknowledge your presence, virtual and real, and welcome you to the occasion to celebrate this major milestone with us. We will now receive 2 items of entertainment by the University Choir.
Tumshukuru Mungu kwa ajili ya uzima na kutuweka kwa nchi nzuri Kenya. Twajivunia amani na maendeleo tulio nayo nchini mwetu Kenya. Nguzo, nguzo, nguzo ya maendeleo ni umoja na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo. Nguzo ya maendeleo ni umoja na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo, na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo. Tangu jadi tumeishi kwa utulivu na kuzingatia maadili ya kijamii. Umoja wetu uliotuwezesha kunyakua uhuru wa nchi yetu tuna uheshimu. Nguzo, nguzo, nguzo ya maendeleo ni umoja na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo. Nguzo ya maendeleo ni umoja na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo, na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo. Kwa janga mikasa vimetukumba, Mungu wetu amekuwa tegemeo. Tusikubali misukosuko ya kisiasa itugawanye wazalendo wa Kenya. Nguzo, nguzo, nguzo ya maendeleo ni umoja na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo. Nguzo ya maendeleo ni umoja na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo, na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo. Kwa hivyo twawasihi wananchi wazalendo, tuzingatie upendo na amani, kwa utulivu na umoja kati yetu, tujitahidi kujenga Kenya yetu. Nguzo ya maendeleo ni umoja na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo. Nguzo ya maendeleo ni umoja na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo, na kuelewana sisi sote wazalendo.
Shombo day na bukanga,
nishiverera.
Shombo day na bukanga,
nishiverera. Muhanani aduha Kenyanga gwishombo, sungu samarinda nishiverera.
Shombo day na bukanga,
nishiverera.
Shombo day na bukanga,
nishiverera. Muhanani aduha Kenyanga gwishombo, sungu samarinda nishiverera.
We shall now listen to a few speeches, and the first will be delivered by this year's valedictorian, Cynthia Wahito, from the Department of Architecture, School of Built Environment, the College of Architecture and Engineering.
members of the University Council, Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellors, principals of colleges, deans and directors, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors, our beloved lecturers, parents, fellow graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Cynthia Wahito Ndegwa, a graduate from the Department of Architecture and Building Science, College of Architecture and Engineering, School of the Built Environment. I am deeply honored to address you on behalf of the graduating class of September 2020. Class of 2020, we have made it. How, you may ask? Looking back at the past couple of years in the university, I have had a bittersweet experience. The immense knowledge gained and the lifelong friends I made, not forgetting the sleepless nights spent working long hours on studio projects, trying to meet the deadlines, and the many hours spent interacting with our lecturers. It was all a worthwhile experience. It was a pleasure and always will be. Today is indeed a day of celebration, the end of an era and the beginning of another. At a time in history where the world is faced with enormous challenges, we have come out successful. We were the pioneers of online classes, as we would call it, Zoom University, and now a virtual graduation. Yet amidst all these challenges, we sprang out victorious, and the opportunities created have never been greater. As we step into the next stage in life, we stand well equipped, having been through a world-class university that is committed to scholarly excellence. We have grown greatly as individuals and as a community. It is now up to us to apply the knowledge and skills attained to better our society. Drawing upon the wisdom of the late Nelson Mandela, he once stated, and I quote, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived, but the difference we make in the lives of others that is of significance." I urge you to go out and make the world a better place. Let us chase our dreams tenaciously. Let us not be discouraged by the hurdles life throws at us, but rather be motivated to achieve the great things we are destined for. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2020. Last but not least, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the University of Nairobi faculty, the Department of Architecture, to whom we are forever indebted. Our lecturers, to mention a few, Architect Musau Kimeu, Architect Mumbi, Architect Penina, Architect Zara, Professor Tom Anyamba, Professor Rukwaro, and Dr. Linda Nkatha, who have tirelessly held our hands. Our families, mentioning my father, Ndegwa Kamau, my mother, Miriam Wanjiko, and my siblings who have supported and cheered us on every step of the way. Our friends and peers, to mention my babe members, Marilyn, Ivy, Hadidra, Sylvia, Masita, Sakina, who have been a great support system. To the SWA authorities, Club 36 and similar joints for keeping us going, to the support staff who ensure our smooth learning by providing clean spaces, to firms, organizations, companies who graciously gave us internship positions to mold us further, to the society at large who in their own way made this journey possible. Our previous institutions of learning, to mention the Kenya High School and Mount Kenya Baptist School, who have greatly shaped us to what we are today. And most importantly, our God Almighty, who has given us the strength and the endurance during our study at the university. Thank you. Congratulations, class of September 2020, for this great milestone. To God be the glory. Let us conquer the world. Thank you.
I now call upon the chair of the University of Nairobi Alumni Association, Mr. Isaac Kawano.
the Cabinet Secretary, Education, Professor Magoha, the Chancellor, Dr. Viju Ratansi, the Chairperson, University of Nairobi Council, Professor Julia Ojiambo, members of the Council present, Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Kiama, Deputy Vice Chancellors, Deans, Directors of faculties, schools and institutes, Chairpersons of departments, members of faculty, and entire academic fraternity, fellow alumni of the University of Nairobi, parents, guardians, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today is a surreal day for me. 40 years ago, I graduated from this university, and that graduation ceremony was held at this same spot. So, for me, this is a major homecoming. And secondly, this is the first virtual graduation by the University of Nairobi. And I think Vice Chancellor, this is a fantastic show to the academic fraternity. On behalf of the University of Nairobi Alumni Association, I'm humbled and grateful to be part of this auspicious occasion when we come together, be it virtually, to celebrate the outcome of many years of intellectual labor by our students, staff, and other stakeholders, culminating in the conferment of degrees and award of diplomas to our graduates today. I salute you, the graduates, for an excellent job which has enabled you to earn your various awards today. On the same breath, I highly appreciate the concerted efforts from other stakeholders, our national government, Ministry of Education, Commission for University Education, county governments, service providers, parents and guardians. Though unique in its own way because it is done virtually due to COVID-19 pandemic, the occasion is as auspicious and memorable as any other graduation ceremonies in this university. As chairman of your Alumni Association, and having stood in this same position 40 years ago, I am proud that today's graduating class is stepping out to join an alumni community of more than 240,000 graduates of this distinguished University of Learning, Research and Innovation. I wish to most sincerely thank the university administration for the unwavering support which has helped to grow our Alumni Association as an active forum for our graduates to engage, network, and give back to their alma mater. It is also my pleasure on behalf of the association to congratulate Professor Stephen Kiama for being installed as the 8th Vice Chancellor of our great university. I promised him, as I did when we last spoke, that as the Alumni Association, we will give him maximum support in the university reforms agenda, which he has initiated to ensure efficiency and effectiveness in our university. In our endeavor to fulfill our mandate of service to our alma mater, the association this year started on a high note with the official launch of the Scholarship Fund on March 13th, 2020. This initiative witnessed the handing over of academic scholarships to 52 needy and bright students in their first year of study at the university. The association has set a target of awarding up to 1,000 scholarships over the next 5 years to needy and bright students at this institution to ensure that their studies are not disrupted. Together with the scholarship, the awardees are also mentored and coached by other alumni within the network on ways and means of coping with their studies and on other necessary soft skills which they need to compete and survive in the ever-changing job market. I appeal to our alumni to come forward and help us in this initiative to enable us achieve this ambitious target. I also wish to take this special opportunity to thank the university management, faculty, staff, and students for their swift move to online services during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is an indication of an innovative and transformative university, ready and well prepared to cope with changes, challenges, and create opportunities for the future. By setting high standards and moving all services online, admission, teaching, student assessments, and now the 63rd graduation ceremony, I applaud the university management and the stakeholders who worked hard to ensure the success of this online migration. To our graduates, I would like to echo the sentiments of the late Steve Jobs when he said, and I quote, "Let's go invent tomorrow rather than worry about what happened yesterday." As you step out, do not wait for yesterday or today, but rather focus on your tomorrow by embracing the change that is happening and turn the new normal into an everlasting opportunity. The association empowers small teams, referred to as alumni chapters, to cascade its activities as well as establish their own projects for the benefits of their disciplines and campuses. As members of the 63rd congregation, we will be in touch with you soon on how we can engage with you to become members of the association and consider being part of the chapters and networks which will enable you actively participate in activities of your alma mater. Currently, the association has 17 chapters, which are discipline, subject, campus, or class-based. We host networking events that are meant to bring former graduates together so as to network, reminisce, and reunite. The chapters play a critical role in providing guidance, role modeling, and shaping the future of faculty, schools, and students in terms of curricular development and other related services. Finally, as you now step out of university life, I remind you to conduct yourself with patriotism, sense of commitment, and decorum that others can emulate. I have no doubt that you will be great ambassadors and flag bearers of the University of Nairobi. May the Almighty God grant you more strength and wisdom to wisely use the skills you have acquired here to make yourself better and impact the lives of many others positively. Thank you very much, and all the best for the future.
It is now my pleasure to invite the chair of the University of Nairobi Council, Professor Julia Ojambo.
Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Professor George Magoha, Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Dr. Vijay Ratans, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, and High Commissioners, our guests around, Council members present, Vice Chancellor Professor Stephen Kiama Gitahi, university staff, and I want to acknowledge alumni represented here by Mr. Wanda. Thank you very much for that information you've given to us. Parents and guardians, distinguished guests from across the globe, and our graduates. Good morning. Let me, on behalf of the University of Nairobi Council, start by extending a very warm welcome to you all and to the 63rd graduation congregation of the University of Nairobi. As you already appreciate, this is a unique graduation ceremony. Unique because it marks the foray of the University of Nairobi into virtual graduation events. The COVID-19 pandemic has necessitated changes in the way we conduct our university business, with the primary objective of reducing the transmission of coronavirus disease. Today, in today's virtual event, the second such public event for the University of Nairobi, after the installation of our 8th Vice Chancellor, Professor Gitahi, in June of this year, is testament of our resilience and commitment as a university to the attainment of our vision despite the challenges of everyday existence. Ladies and gentlemen, our march towards attainment of a world-class university status continues. Undoubtedly, this process will from time to time require that we change the way we do things. Hence, the clarion call for reform. I believe it bears re-emphasizing that reform in our business process is a necessary intervention that will allow us to rise above the culture of mediocrity, break out of the mold of averageness, and cast ourselves into the realm of excellence. Currently, there is harmony in the reform agenda, informed by the Chancellor's visitation report, the Council's own strategic plan, and the university's strategic plan. This fused seamlessly with the Vice Chancellor's own informed zeal and stewardship of the reform agenda for the benefit of the university. I want to take this opportunity, therefore, to appeal to our university community for support towards our meaningful interventions in all areas that matter to us. Our university continues to grapple with financial challenges. Rest assured that we are doing all we can to address this by stemming revenue leakage as well as considering myriad of alternatives geared towards revenue growth. This admittedly is and continues to be an uphill task, but I believe that together and in the long run, we have the right mettle to overcome this challenge and build and secure a legacy of a self-sustaining university. It will not happen overnight, but assuredly, I say to you, consistency of thought, purpose, and action will eventually yield perfect results. I wish to thank our graduates today for giving us a reason to be here. Today's graduation will mark an important milestone in your life and the many things that we have prepared you for. The COVID-19 pandemic has taught us, and will probably continue to teach us for long, that no university will ever be exhaustive in educating anyone about the school of life. And to paraphrase the words of Mashona Diliwayo, the most successful amongst us will neither be the clever graduate who learns from acquaintances, nor the shrewd graduate who learns from enemies, but the wise graduate who learns from all. Life is a great teacher. To survive it, we need to be in a constant state of learning and relearning. I wish you the very best of life and all success in all your endeavors, that you may make a mark in this life and beyond. With those few remarks, and on behalf of the Council, I take this opportunity to affirm our commitment towards making the University of Nairobi the gold standard by which our peers measure their excellency in academic pursuits, character formation, talent nurturing, and relevancy to the society. In unity and work we strive. May God the Almighty, God bless all of you. Asante sana.
May we applaud the chair. Thank you very much. It's now my pleasure to invite the Vice Chancellor of University of Nairobi, Professor Stephen Kiama, to deliver his address and invite the subsequent guests.
the Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Dr. Viju Ratansi, who is presiding over this congregation today, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Professor George Magoha, the Chair of Council, Professor Julie Ojiambo, the Chairman of the Alumni Association, Mr. Isaac Owondo, the graduating class of 2020 and their families, members of the university community, the media, our online audience, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Chancellor, it is a great honor and privilege for me to participate in this graduation ceremony as the Vice Chancellor and the Chair of Senate, which satisfied all those being admitted to the respective degrees and who are receiving awards of diplomas today. It is also gratifying to note that this is the first graduation to be done virtually in the history of the University of Nairobi. Allow me from the onset, Madam Chancellor, to congratulate all graduates of class 2020 for the wonderful accomplishments. Upon being admitted to the respective degrees and awards of diplomas, they will be privileged to join a strong army, a big network, the convocation of the University of Nairobi. I appeal to you, fellow students, to always wear the badge of honor and continue to exhibit the indomitable spirit of the University of Nairobi. Your light will shine brighter and brighter every day. As a university community, we are confident that we have impacted you well enough for the period you have spent with us, with the relevant skills, behaviors, and competencies that will put you onto a trajectory of success. Madam Chancellor, the COVID-19 pandemic, which came in like a thief in the night, tested our systems and our resolve. We all witnessed how the University of Nairobi came alive within a very short time after the initial panic. This is mainly, Madam Chancellor, because of our indomitable spirit, resilience, and the commitment to our philosophy of giving hope and faith to our Kenyan people. To you who are graduating today, even in the midst of the ravaging effects of ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, you did not falter. You remained steadfast until the mission was accomplished. I salute you. I salute all staff. I salute all those who supported you, including your guardians and parents. Madam Chancellor, this is the 63rd congregation for the conferment of degrees and award of diplomas at the University of Nairobi. The first congregation was presided over by His Excellency, the late President Jomo Kenyatta in 1970, who was then the Chancellor, with 461 graduates. Since then, the convocation has risen to a total of 237,661. In my community, we have a saying, Roru rotare jau nekuhuka rohukaga. Directly translated to mean a hand without cuffs is on the verge of becoming extinct. This congregation, Madam Chancellor, today is a testament that despite the challenges we have faced as a university, the values and ethos of the University of Nairobi will live on. Madam Chancellor, in his inaugural address as the first Chancellor of the University of Nairobi in 1970, His Excellency, the late President Kenyatta said, and I quote, "I am confident that this University of Nairobi will abundantly justify the hopes and the sacrifices of our people. If the mind of the nation is to flower through this university, the professors must be free to teach their subjects, while students and the researchers must feel free to pursue the truth and publish their findings without fear." End of quote. Madam Chancellor, 50 years on since our first president pronounced what the society would be expecting from the university, the University of Nairobi has done well. It has remained true to these expectations. However, we have experienced a myriad of challenges along the way, which have had the faint-hearted to develop cold feet and perhaps even surrender, and the others to borrow not so pleasant and progressive practices from the larger society, what in the computer language is normally referred to cut and paste. And they have made this as part of the university practice. We have an opportunity, Madam Chancellor, when it is still day, to redeem ourselves as a university, to reflect on those practices, and to collect where we have erred. Recently, Madam Chancellor, I was requested to serve as a panelist in a webinar where the key speaker was Right Honorable Charles Clark, former British Home Secretary. He made a presentation on reshaping higher education in East Africa, global trends and reflections from East African communities, Agenda 2050. When it was my turn to speak, I posed two questions. Who would suffer if the University of Nairobi or any other university in East Africa was closed? Who would care if the University of Nairobi or any other university in East Africa was closed for good? Would the government, would the local community, would the international community? Is it possible that it would be looked at as an issue of loss of jobs, or even to resort into reduced admissions of students to universities? This would be a disaster, as both of these problems, Madam Chancellor, can be addressed in several other alternative ways. There are ways of creating jobs. There are ways that students can join higher education, perhaps even online, joining universities out of this country. Put in a different way, Madam Chancellor, are we still relevant? Recently, Madam Chancellor, I shared with the University of Nairobi community how we may address this issue. We must do whatever it takes as a community to make University of Nairobi sustainable relevant, and vibrant. This is our responsibility. Consequently, I have proposed a 5-point reform agenda, which, in my view, will place our university on a trajectory to excellence, namely data-driven reforms, financial reforms, curricular reforms, governance reforms, and people-focused reforms. I'm aware that I'm building on my predecessors, and I'm glad that the Cabinet Secretary for Education here, who served as a Vice Chancellor at University of Nairobi. And I know, because I was then CEO in management in 2005, he also initiated some reforms in the university, which included making the administration more leaner. Departments were collapsed, and many other reforms were initiated at that time. So we are building on these efforts by my predecessors. Like other public universities, University of Nairobi has not been spared from acute budgetary deficits and cash flow challenges. The perennial undercapitation of public universities arises from the failure of the current funding model, differentiated unit costs, to address the unique needs of the individual universities. This is a matter that we have brought to the attention of government. We will continue to petition government through the Ministry of Education to review the differentiated unit cost model because it is based on wrong assumptions. Public universities, like the University of Nairobi, are public goods that heavily would rely on capitation from the exchequer to deliver their mandate. As we continue to do our part in cutting costs and enhancing internal revenue generation, we expect that the government will develop appropriate funding mechanisms that will ensure the University of Nairobi continue to carry out its public mandate as envisioned. Madam Chancellor, I have already set in motion the financial reforms geared toward institutionalizing prudent financial management and controls to put the university back to a positive financial health and a path to sustainability. My first task has been to open the university space for discourses and allow staff to think critically, differently, and express themselves freely. We shall not stifle alternative voices that aim at making our university better. The university is a place where people should think radically, feel restless, and yearn for change. We shall open new grounds for change and find ways of carrying everybody along. Madam Chancellor, you recall that in 2016, you constituted a felicitation panel of eminent persons who rightly identified that some of the key constraints impeding institutional planning and efficient management of the university were lack of responsive governance structure and the limited use of data in management and decision-making. To address the foregoing, my agenda number one, Madam Chancellor, is to invest in setting up a comprehensive and integrated data management system to revolutionize how decisions are made, optimize deployment of resources, and improve overall systemic outputs. Madam Chancellor, we all agree that university has over the years grown in size and complexity. To stay in step with the needs of the university, I believe that there is a compelling need to refresh our management, administrative, oversight, and governance structures. This will entail, for instance, identification and the elimination of redundant and overlapping systems, processes, and structures at the reporting centers at the University of Nairobi. Madam Chancellor, we have embarked on the review of all courses offered at the university as part of our curriculum reforms. We have begun to assess the cost of their implementation and to evaluate their relevance to the needs of the industry, impacts on society, and their sustainability. We are going to systematically weed out redundant and overlapping courses and programs. We are going to recalibrate our metrics of world-class talents and make deliberate efforts in growing the internationalization of the university. Towards this end, the Senate has recently approved policies for double degrees and joint degrees programs at the University of Nairobi. Madam Chancellor, the people are the foundation of success of any university, including the University of Nairobi. The people would include our students, our faculty, our staff, our collaborators, and stakeholders. The university is proactively taking deliberate steps to brand itself. We shall identify and celebrate talents and achievement, as well as exploit intangible assets through commercialization and the promotion of research and technology transfer ecosystem. Madam Chancellor, the University of Nairobi is the academia of preferred choice for most Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education graduates. We admit very brilliant students with abundant talents that are the beacon of hope for the future of their families and the country. Unfortunately, the Senate has occasionally expelled some of these students for breaching the Code of Conduct and related regulations. The Senate and Council recently approved the guidelines on how to check and balance the rigors of quasi-judicial administrative students and disciplinary processes and procedures, and to readmit expelled remorseful students who are ready to continue with their education in the university. The administrative punishment method on students and the procedure are meant to be corrective and aimed at helping such students to overcome their weaknesses and be transformed to better citizens after their education. The student who show remorse will be readmitted. Madam Chancellor, finally, I would wish to thank the parents, guardians, sponsors, and lecturers for guiding and supporting these students in their quest for knowledge. We are very pleased today that we are graduating 2,851 graduates, comprising of 54 PhD candidates who have qualified to be awarded their PhD degrees, 370 master's awards, 2,045 bachelor's degree, and 367 diplomas awards. 63% of those graduating today are male, and 47% are female. This is a joint effort for all. The graduates have been equipped with relevant skills to be competent and globally competitive. The University of Nairobi, Madam Chancellor, is celebrating 50 years since its inception in 1st July 1970. We have achieved a lot and made significant contributions in the industry, public service, and in the community. I invite all stakeholders and alumni to join us in the commemoration of our 50th anniversary. There will be many activities and events lined up between now and the next year, June 2021, which will invoke nostalgic experiences about the University of Nairobi blood. I thank you all, and may God bless you richly. It is now my great pleasure to invite Professor George Magoha, who is the Cabinet Secretary for Education and served as the Vice Chancellor of this university. Welcome, Professor Magoha.
God is good, and all the time. My very good friend and benefactor, Chancellor Dr. Vijay Ratansi, who is a renowned philanthropist. She's a renowned academic philanthropist, and I think that must have had something to do with her being appointed here at the university. Dr. Julia Ojambo, who has a double role. She was married to a physician like me, but you know her other life also. Isaac Awondo and the members of the Alumni Association, I'm glad to say that you are present in the council that used to run the university when I was there, and I benefited tremendously from your industrial link. My good friend, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Professor Kiama Gitahi, the University of Nairobi Council, most of whom, especially those who are in the pension scheme, I know them quite well. University of Nairobi community, graduates and your families, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I want to speak candidly and start from a point which was mentioned by Dr. Julia Ojambo, and then I will expand to the other universities. It is of course true that University of Nairobi is the gold standard. That is not an aspiration. The University of Nairobi is the gold standard. So, when a Vice Chancellor, your problem is to maintain it there. And for that reason, Madam Chancellor, I would want to state without any fear of contradiction that we have to ask ourselves, what makes the University of Nairobi the gold standard in East Africa? What makes the university the gold standard? And I think the answer is known to all of you. It is the faculty. The faculty in the first place has to be excellent. So whoever is running the university, and now it is Professor Stephen Kiama-Gitari, you must fall in love yesterday with your academic staff. Otherwise, there is nothing you are going to do that will go anywhere. You are a professor, I'm a professor, and you know how they think. Are we together here? Yes. So if you have issues, discuss them in the back room, alone with them. Mkitoka nje mnaongea, you speak the same language. There are rules which are made by man. Those rules can be changed if your strategy is to ensure that University of Nairobi has to be the gold standard in East Africa. It didn't happen automatically, and I thank you for recognizing that. I did maybe 5% earlier. But I want to say this. It was about 10 years ago now, when in a ceremony like this, and Dr. Awondo will remember, that I promised the then Chancellor, Dr. Joseph Baraga Wanjuri, because now we were working in tandem. Originally, I was a man of letters, I was a man of business, and we were not understanding each other. But when we started working together, having known the importance of the industry in running of a university, I promised him, because Makerere was a nuisance to us, complete nuisance. And we said, no, we must beat Makerere. We started from that trajectory. And Makerere used to be about number 14, 15 there. But the following year, I told him, before I retire as Vice Chancellor, the University of Nairobi must be among the first 10. Among the 1,500 universities in Africa. And it required the work of every academic staff member and every non-academic staff member working in tandem. And the secret to that success was that everybody's opinion was important, including the ones who will tell you you can go to hell. Even that one is important. You don't discountenance, because you know as well that I had a principal in my management at the top who always told me to go to hell. It did not stop us from going where we are going. So my advice to you as a friend and a leader, it is not a faint-hearted person that can run the university at this time. There are many advisors who will come to you with conceited ideas. You have to know how to filter them, because before you advise somebody, you must have the knowledge to advise. If you don't know, how then do you advise? if you don't know and you have not been there. That's what I learned. 90% of my advisors were advising for their stomachs. But our fidelity to this university requires that you first of all identify and safeguard. And I'll use the idea. I hope she doesn't get offended. Professor Patricia Kameni, who, for whatever reason, we had discordance, and she went to Strathmore College. She went to Strathmore University. Can somebody guess how many years it took me to personally persuade her to come back? Because I was basically running the law school myself as the vice chancellor, because the law school was difficult, and if there are lawyers here, they can remember that. So after so many lunches and a lot of jilting, eventually Professor decided to come back. Now, Professor Kiama, if you go to the law school, you will find that at that time there were maybe PhDs which are not even 5. Now I think they must be over 40. That's what you must do. I don't have to like you. You don't have to like anybody. You measure them with what they can give you. And my second point, which you don't have to take, is this. Personally, it took me 22 years of teaching to become a professor. And if I add another 20 now, you can guess my age, but if I'm giving a class on cancer of the prostate, for example, I use 14 publications which I have given as an example to the students who are new. So you can never compare me with the neophytes, even if they are computer experts. This is what you must understand. And to buttress this point, and I hope, Madam Chancellor, you are listening, because you are the head of the university. His Excellency the President took me for a training in Harvard University as soon as I became a minister. And then I found we were 40 ministers from Africa, Caribbean, and Asia. Ministers of Education and Health. The most hardworking professor there, we used to start at 6 o'clock and come back at 8:30 at night. So we had breakfast there, lunch and dinner there. And you come back with homework which you hand over in the morning. The reason I'm using this example, if you like, you can take it. If you don't like, with all due humility, you'll be shooting yourself in the foot. Was somebody who was 87 years. He was a top grade advisor to Tony Blair. And I remember the guy used to give us homework at 8:30 when we were going. We bring the homework in the morning. We are 40. He will write 2-3 pages on each of them. And he will give you the answers. In this university, there are professors like that. If you look around, you will see them. They are not young. Some of them, people will tell you, no, so. This one now has reached 72. He's not helpful. If you care to check, Madam Chancellor, you will find that that professor is doing 3 or 4 times the work of the younger one. So for the university to remain a gold standard, look for oil and oil all these professors. Otherwise they will fly. And since you only have 10 years to be VC, you have no time to produce others. Are we together here? But you don't have to take my advice, except that, why do I qualify to advise you in public? I visited over 250 universities, everywhere in the world. And I can tell you that when Joe Wajui had also forced me more or less to go to Stanford, some of my teachers were over 87 years. So I think a professor should be judged by the output of his work, not just research work. We don't have trainers. That's what I have in the country now. We don't have trainers. Don't allow the trainers to go away. Who is going to train the new stars that you are looking for? You tell me. And since we are the gold standard, we already have them. So what we might do is to tell them to go. Others are looking for them. And we'll take them with a good bosom. This is a challenge to the council, council chair, chancellor, and vice chancellor, and also the university community. In the Senate, Professor Kema, you used to be there when I was there. Was I ever arrogant there? Inside the Senate? I couldn't afford to be arrogant inside the Senate because I needed to carry the professors and the senators with me. Yes. So, having said so, as I address the other universities now, University of Nairobi is the gold standard, but for the other universities to look like the University of Nairobi, they must have certain criteria that are fixed, that are transformative, because you now have professors in certain universities, Professor Kiama. When you challenge them in their area of interest, they have nothing to say. So we are running the risk of professors, people saying they are professors of something, and now you can actually gauge. Chair of Council, there are professors who may have printed 100 papers, and none of them has been quoted by anybody. So those are not professors. But we have professors. We have them. Review them. The ones who are already old and stale, who cannot use their brain, allow them to go. The productive ones, age is just but a number. Because me, I'm running like a turbocharged machine. When I am relieved of my job, my first call is going to be here. If you don't want me, just open your eyes and watch. It is true, because you are not going to shut me down. I still have another 10 years. Are you going to say, oh, I should go and start looking after the cows in Kisumu? So that is with a tongue in the cheek, but it is from a family that is telling you the truth. So, dear, otherwise I want to agree with you that you are on the right trajectory. You will attract excellent students because of the faculty. If you look at the School of Medicine, most of the students you get from the private sector refuse to go where the government is going to pay fees for them. They want to do medicine, and they want to do medicine in your School of Medicine, and they pay for it. You need that money very badly, more than I needed it at that time. So as your advisors, crack this whip and don't be afraid to right size. The only thing is, don't start with the chicken. Because once you have killed the chicken, the eggs will be eaten and there's nothing else. You don't have other chicken. And I'm not targeting the non-academic stuff, but you can right size. You can right size and carry everybody with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad indeed to accept to have been invited here today, and I take it as a great honor because I have given 32 years of my life, I think the prime part of my life, to this university, and I've always been an ambassador of the university. You can see this even now I'm going to meet His Excellency the President in a short while. I'm not wearing the national anthem, I'm wearing this as an ambassador. He keeps asking, what is that? I said, this is the University of Nairobi. He said, but you're not there now, you are here. But I'm very proud to be associated with this university. And it's just a slight pity that you are number 3, but I understand. Because the colleges graduating now are science-based, and we shut you down. So Professor Ndirangu Kioni was ahead of you kidogo, and the so-called Egerton University. But still, you are there. I want us to give a moment's silence to the 5 staff that I remember, including the son of our own Jumba. Can we be upstanding in remembrance of those 5 and everybody else that we have lost due to COVID. And may God, in His grace and mercy, grant their souls perfect peace. Thank you very much. I strongly believe that you ask, why am I talking with my mask? Maybe you as a vet, you know. When you remove your mask, and I would advise you to talk through your mask. Because if we agree that this virus is in the air, and I've seen some very careless ones like that one. Very extremely careless. She's going to infect this other one. I talk through my mask because the air around me may not be as good as I want it to be, and you know what would happen. So let it not be a fashion that you remove your mask. Wait for us to tell you. I have also noticed, Vice Chancellor, that you have made your own masks, which is congratulations to you. I will want you to supply me with some which I will pay for. It's not corruption. I think the second point I want to say is that we are going now into the new normal. The new normal in that using this mode of activity is here to stay. So I would want the Council to invest a little bit more on the ICT facilities. You have a very huge ICT center, which is well staffed. You can invest more there. But one other point I want to make, while I encourage you to go virtual in almost all the things that you are doing, it doesn't mean that the old systems are not good. They shall always remain good. I look at myself as a transplant surgeon, and even though we now do keyhole operations through holes, but you can't take a whole kidney back into the body through a hole if you want it to make urine. You still have to cut open and place the kidney where you want to place it. So this condemnation of old systems, 100%, is also in place. History is good. Let us know what used to happen. And depending on your specialty, you may find that you can have a good mixture and you have a hybrid system that will work for us. In terms of specialization, Madam Chancellor, this is perhaps the only university that is blessed with excellent faculty. I remember, if I may be tribalistic, Professor Omwanzala and the AIDS vaccine and the University of Cambridge. That's almost 20 years ago. Now we are going into the COVID era. You still have the likes of Azala. I don't think he has reached retirement age, but make sure you tie a rope on his leg so that he's not snatched from you. And there are many others like that. There's this notion that once you reach the retirement age was set by human beings. In fact, it was set by you people. I remember there's a professor that we held a review for. I don't know if it was philosophy or, but I don't want to mention his name. And it was obvious he was not with it. So perhaps you can keep a system where if somebody has reached retirement age and you don't think he's productive enough, then you set a panel to review him. But perhaps the most important thing, Professor, is to ensure that the young ones are working. And there I support you. You must be paid for work done. Are we together here? Because you may find that you are killing the chickens, but the smaller chickens, instead of working, is Dr. Misati Nyandemo still in the university? Misati Nyandemo was the Secretary General of WASO. And we had many battles with him in the back room, not in the front. Where he was telling me, no, his staff are overworked. So I told him, okay, fine. You as Nyandemo, how many hours have you worked this week? Let us go slowly, but by that time I already know. So I say, no, if we agree, these are the terms of service, and you provide your service according to the laws of the University of Kenya, then Bonavisi, you really have to be firm, but I advise that you start with the back room again, so that you avoid a rebellion from the people who should support you. And I'm also asking the faculty to support the Vice Chancellor, because, you know, he's the Vice Chancellor now, there's no other one. And if you don't want to support him, why don't you go to another university? Isn't it? As you prepare for the return to normalcy, Vice Chancellor, remember that His Excellency the President, who has just 2 years to go, has to deliver the Big Four agenda and move towards Vision 2030. And that you, as Stephen Gitai Kiama, you have a role to play in terms of delivery, together with the Chancellor and the Council and the Chair of Council. The universal health care. You are the producer of the doctors. So look at the College of Health Sciences with a little bit more attention. And I hope that the college, through the principal, I don't know whether he's here, should ensure that there is industrial peace there. We usually produce between 300 and 400 doctors. The president wants those doctors yesterday. So if there are issues, and I want to start these two ladies, they are the only two ladies who work together very closely. Most of the times we have two ladies, they fight. These ones work together very closely. So, to return to the normal, the difficult journey ahead will require the understanding and cooperation of everyone. I would like all the university stakeholders to engage the Vice Chancellor, not in the newspapers, but preferably in the back room. And when you come out, the university must have positive. Let us have some, for the first time in a long while, let us have continuous positive media with us, isn't it? As I conclude my remarks, I would like to congratulate the university as it marks its 50 years of existence this year. The university has established itself as an academic giant in the region. But, Madam Chancellor, giant in the region. The region is not good enough. Let us now go and play in the international league. And in Kenya today, this is the only university that is poised to get into that level. And therefore, wish you the wisdom of Solomon. Don't compare yourselves with the Makeres of this world now. Compare yourselves with Cape Town right now and start looking at, are we going to be the first in Africa before you leave? Shall we be the first two? If that's a good target, because you put a target and then you work towards the target. And then smell around and see how people do. Finally, Dr. Awundo, the Alumni Association. I listened to you, my friend, I listened to you very keenly. Your strategy has to change. At Stanford, there was $100 billion, about $100 billion endowment fund. Kenyans are now rich, including my good friend, Isaac, including my most humble self. Why have we not created a serious endowment fund for the University of Nairobi alumni? Why? It is something that you put on the table, because most of our rich people are dying and leaving the money for the family to fight off. So even giving 5 to 10% of what you have to the alumni and dictating how it is spent. Right now we would be saying we have 500 million endowment fund, which can cater for all the children. And if the VC is in ICU, we can also give him just some breathing oxygen. So that is the challenge I'm giving to Isaac, and I think if he takes it out, We are up and about to support it. And being wealthy doesn't mean you have a lot of money. It's the ability and willingness to give. That's it. So if I'm still minister next year, let us see where we shall have reached. Yeah, I started even, and you know, you have a philanthropist here. I don't know why she doesn't want. Maybe you look like it's a conflict of interest, but it can be driven. Let us remember you by driving that, so that at least by the time you are leaving, why can't we have $1 billion? No, the story is still the same. As you know, I'm the one who started this. Let's break that to the knee, and you will find there are a few people who might say, well, I went to the University of Nairobi, I'm putting here 50 million. All I want is to ensure that it is. I wonder, will tell you what a trust is. You only use what comes as a profit. The principle remains there. So if it is on, then he did not say so. Otherwise, to the graduates and the parents, I want to wish you all the very best. I hope you have been unskilled to be able to go out there. Don't go out there to look for jobs. Go out there to create jobs. Our brains can work beyond what we give them. So if your target is to look for a job, you have already shut down your brain. If you are, we went to Juakali shared with His Excellency the President the other day, and the man who was in the Juakali sector was a master's graduate. I think you saw him on television. And he was able to think outside. In fact, he destroyed the box. So that's what I'm asking the students to do. I wish you all the very best, and we continue to work together. And I would want to ask for permission, Madam Chancellor, and yeah, but if you allow me, I want to run to where, if I don't go on time, I will not enter. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Cabinet Secretary for Education, Professor George Magoha. It's now my pleasure to invite the Chancellor, the Chair of Council, to invite the Chancellor so that we move to the next program.
Security.
To the 63rd University of Nairobi graduation congregation, it's my privilege now to introduce Chancellor Dr. Vijay Ratans to address us and thereafter confer the degrees and certificates to graduates.
Our Cabinet Secretary, well, he's gone, but I'm sure he can hear me. He's still around. Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors and High Commissioners, Chair of Council, Professor Julia Ojiambo, Council members present, Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Kiama, Mr. Isaac Awundo, the Chair of the Alumni Association, university staff, parents and guardians, the media, distinguished guests from across the globe, our graduates. All protocols observed, if I've missed anybody out. Greetings and a very warm welcome to the University of Nairobi's 63rd graduation ceremony. At the very onset, allow me to extend a heartfelt appreciation to you all for sparing your time and joining us on this auspicious occasion where we celebrate the achievements of our 63rd graduation cohort. This graduation is a historical moment for our university and will be recounted in the annals of history as the first virtual graduation ceremony of the University of Nairobi. Allow me, therefore, to congratulate you all on being part of this historic day that may yet be a watershed moment in the conduct of our graduation business. Over the last few years, our university has grappled with many changes. Since 2014, for example, we have twice witnessed a change of guard in the Vice-Chancellor's position. Over the same period, a couple of Deputy Vice-Chancellors have retired, and the new crop of valiant soldiers succeeded them. With every change, the university has been bruised and scathed. Indeed, there have been many a Shakespearean moment when it's had to take the current when it served its ventures and ridden safely to shore. Thankfully, for all the hardships and beatings endured, the university, like an anvil, still stands. She continues to be the embodiment of the enduring spirit of sacrifice and dedication. Qualities definitely ingrained in the university anthem. Religions of the world instruct that there is time and chance for everything. Chapter 3 of Ecclesiastes, for example, records that there is a time and a season for every activity under the sun. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time for war and a time for peace. Appreciating the indisputable wisdom of the Ecclesiastes passage, we reach the informed conclusion that the only constant in life is change. In providing for elections, democracies around recognize the inevitability of change. Similarly, in retirement of top generals, succession injects a new breath of life to the windmills of change. In mortal terms, when you stop changing, you cease to exist. In recent times, COVID-19 pandemic has become the single greatest agent of change. It has changed the way we work and how we socialize, how we celebrate life and loss of it, how we worship, how we travel, how we live, and of most relevance to us today, how we deliver our teaching and training mission. Our virtual graduation is testament to the power of adversity to impact our daily operations and existence. As a university, we must stay the course of recalibration and meaningful change, not as an option, but as a necessity for survival. I therefore call on all staff of our university to support our leadership so that we may reap the benefits of a more responsive, efficient, and effective university system. I recognize that change is not an easy thing for human beings to embrace. Indeed, when the winds of change blow, some will build walls, but many more will build windmills to ride it. Let us be careful that our resistance to change does not lend us to trading short-term gains for long-term pain. In the words of Bill Clinton, the price of doing the same old thing is far higher than the price of change. The largest constituent that this university serves is our student community. Regrettably, one of the complaints I hear once too often from parents, guardians, and students is that far too many of our students who are eligible to graduate are failing to do so in good time for want of judicious and efficacious supervision. Complaints of unavailable supervisors who are either abroad or missing altogether are far too many. Complaints of inaccurate, dishonest, incomplete, or time-barred feedback from the office holders that support the students to graduate on time are many. And so are those of calls going unanswered. Graduate-ready students are therefore missing countless time-sensitive opportunities here and abroad. Those who have suffered this will conquer. It is a very painful thing. Let us be bold enough to own up to our mistakes, correct them for good, and improve our transition rates. I know Professor Magoa, our CS, has left, but I sincerely want to thank him for attending our graduation ceremony today and giving us his time. I want to also thank him for always holding our hands here at the university when we need him. It means a lot to us. I want to thank and appreciate our council under the able leadership of Professor Julia Ojiambo. As your Chancellor, I'm very proud of you. Many will not know that your performance as a governing body was assessed as excellent during the recent board evaluations by the State Corporations Advisory Committee and officially presented to Council yesterday. Well done. As a matter of fact, the Council scored 97% in the said evaluation, and all Council members individually scored about 90%. I think they need a real applause. Well done. That our university stands on a solid governance bedrock is therefore not in doubt. For this reason, I want to congratulate you and confirm that I have every confidence and unwavering faith in you. I'm also grateful that you have continued to carry and steer the mantle for change with great dexterity. As the Chair of Council noted, there's a congruence of purpose between the recommendations of the visitation panel, the wisdom of the Council's strategic plan, the prescriptions of the university strategic plan, and the vision of the Vice-Chancellor. Despite this, I must warn the Council and the Vice-Chancellor that change is often a very lonesome path. Nonetheless, be armored with a belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and the gospel of peace. And verily I say to thee, your voyage shall not be in vain. Stay strong so that when winter comes round and asks what you were doing all summer, you will have an impeccable account to render. I also want to thank and congratulate our graduates of the day. We hope that we have molded you into wholesome men and women, rich in character, grit, stamina, resilience, and mental presence to withstand whatever curveballs life throws at you. Amidst the anxiety that has gripped the world and the economic vagaries that the COVID-19 pandemic has visited on the economies of nations, You have given us a reason to celebrate. You have fought the good fight worthy of today's celebration. I think they deserve an applause too, wherever they are. Undoubtedly, over the past 9 months, the world's labor market has changed in ways we couldn't fathom at the turn of the year. History is replete with stories of success, despite the great economic depressions, success despite health pandemics, success despite wars and the energy crisis of the 70s. In the rapidly changing world that we live on, the wind of opportunities attending each change of tide blows in many directions, including yours. To borrow the words of William Arthur Ward, adversity causes some men to break, others to break records. I pray that you will not only adapt to cope, but adapt to win, and in so doing, be counted amongst the record breakers. To our staff, who have remained faithful to our great mission by providing the quality of university, education, and training, and embodying the aspirations of the Kenyan people and the global community, I wish to thank you most sincerely. I know many of you are contributing in ingenious ways towards supporting our virtual learning systems, processes, and platforms. I am grateful that even though you have encountered challenges along the way, you have kept up your unfailing commitment, dedication, and enthusiasm to the collective cause that we pursue. I am sure as the system's hiccups are being addressed, efforts towards improving your work environment will bear fruit, and future generations of our scholars will receive nothing short of the best service. Once again, thank you very, very much. Finally, I take this opportunity to thank our donors, sponsors, and benefactors, starting with the government of Kenya. Thank you for walking this dream with us, the dream of delivering a better educated citizen so that we can all build a better world, a world defined by the human ideals of truth and goodness. As we partake in today's graduation ceremony, I am aware that we have lost some of our staff to the vagaries of the COVID-19 pandemic and other conditions. I wish to take this moment to commiserate and condole with their families and invite us all to observe a moment of silence in their honor. Could we please all stand? Thank you. Thank you. May we continue to observe the health guidelines and protocols as issued by the government from time to time, maintaining personal hygiene by washing our hands regularly with soap and water, keeping social distance, and observing coughing etiquette. May the Almighty bless you all most abundantly. Asanteni sana.
Madam Chancellor, I now call upon the deans of faculties and schools, directors of schools, institutes, and centers to present their candidates for the conferment of Doctor of Philosophy degrees of the University of Nairobi in the following order: College of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Director, Wangari Maathai Institute for Peace and Environmental Studies. College of Architecture and Engineering, Director, the School of Art and Design, Director, School of Built Environment, Dean, School of Engineering. In the College of Biological and Physical Sciences, Director, Institute for Climate Change and Adaptation, Director, School of Biological Sciences, Director, School of Computing and Informatics, Dean, School of Physical Sciences, Director, Center for Biotechnology and Bioinformatics. College of Education and External Studies, Dean, School of Education, the Open and Distance Learning, Director, School of Open and Distance Learning. In the College of Health Sciences, Dean, School of Medicine, Director, School of Nursing Sciences. And finally, from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, Dean, Faculty of Arts, Dean, School of Business, Dean, School of Law, Director, Africa Women Studies Center, and Director, Population Studies and Research Institute.
And the Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Phileas Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Applied Human Nutrition, Mutike Caroline Wakute. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Crop Protection, Jeru Nancy Kalimi. Doctor of Philosophy in Dry and Resource Management, Hamed Mohamed Musa. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Food Science and Technology, Ogumo Eric Otieno. Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural Resource Management, Muniaro Susi. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Range Management, Arasio Lavail Lotila. Doctor of Philosophy in Food Safety and Quality, Ngweti Joseph Onole. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates, whom I have the honor to present to you, satisfy the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of the Doctor of Philosophy degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Animal Genetics and Breeding, Kaka Rashid Mohammed. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates, whom I have the honor to present to you, satisfy the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree, of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates please arise. Mwaneki Bernadette Wanjiru.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates, whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. Doctor of Philosophy in Design, Betty Mwiti.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following two candidates, whom I have the honor to present to you, satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. Doctor of Philosophy. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Urban Management, Giti Daniel Mutegi. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Planning, Maimba Margaret Wajugu. You may be seated.
So, Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates who I have the honor to present to you satisfy the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. Doctor of Philosophy in Geographical Information Systems, Barrio Sabina Nyoroka, Odene Nixon Onyango. Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental and Biosystems Engineering, Butuli Gibson Peter Shionzo. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Kirago Henry Macharia.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following one candidate, whom I have the honor to present to you, satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi in Climate Change and Adaptation please arise. Mwenda Penina. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates please arise. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Applied Parasitology, Kakundi Erastus Mulinge. Mtuku Martin Wambua.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Computer Science, Otieno Crisgon Adede. Rono Kennedy Kibet. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor,
In the year 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of PhD degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Andima Moses, Buyinza Daniel. Doctor of Philosophy in Geology, Omwombo Christine Atieno. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidate whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Biotechnology, Jekainolua Temitope Arinola. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of various Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Education, Physical Education and Sport, Chumba Janet Muhala, Otieno Michael. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you certified the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Akwaba James Konya, Avedi Evans Kituzi, Matu Johnson Mwangi, Mushori James, Oluoch John Odhiambo, Tait Duncan Mwaniki, Tubei Win Chebet.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you satisfy the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry, Ojwang Redemptor Award. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidate whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Nursing Education, Mukhtar Vincent Kiprono. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates please arise. Candidate number 1, Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics and Languages, Dungu Mary. Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology, Omboto John. Doctor of Philosophy degree in Political Science and Public Administration, Lodupoi Jonathan. Doctor of Philosophy in Kiswahili Studies, Munywa Rufus. Thank you.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Karigidi Martin Gakere, Kea Charles Thomas, Mbau Elias Peter, Mkalama Benedict Wandera, Mute Godfrey Ngunyi, Nalianya Charles Nyungu, Nganga Wanjiku, Ndenge Daniel Mulinge, Omondi Angeline Akinyi, Otieno Emma Ann, Wachinga Hilary Maina.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidate whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy, degree in Law, Ouma Stephen. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates whom I have the honor to present to you satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy degree in African Women's Studies, Ojwang Humphrey Jeremiah. Please be seated.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and to do all that appertains to this degree. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I now call upon the deans of faculties and schools, directors of institutes and schools to present their candidates for award of diplomas and conferment of degrees of the University of Nairobi in the following order: College of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Director Wangari Maathai Institute for Peace and Environmental Studies, College of Architecture and Engineering, Director School of Art and Design, Dean School of Built Environment, Dean School of Engineering, Director Institute of Nuclear Science and Technology, College of Biological and Physical Sciences, Director Institute for Climate Change and Adaptation, Director School of Biological Sciences, Director School of Computing and Informatics, Director School of Mathematics, Director School of Physical Sciences, Director Center for Biotechnology and Bioinformatics, College of Education and External Studies, Dean School of Education, Open and Distance Learning Campus, Dean School of Open and Distance Learning, College of Health Sciences, Dean School of Dental Sciences, Dean School of Medicine, Dean School of Pharmacy, Dean School of Public Health, Director East African Kidney Institute, College of Humanities and Social Sciences, Dean Faculty of Arts, Dean School of Business, Director Institute of Anthropology, Gender and African Studies, and Director African Women Studies Center.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 203 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and the Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Agronomy, Waiti. Master of Science in Applied Economics, Dogba, Romareve. Master of Science in Applied Human Nutrition, Chepko H, Kamau, Mandre, Micheni, Suke, Waweru, Ya. Master of Science in Crop Protection, Akot, Asango. Master of Science in Food Safety and Quality, Kuboka, Mugo, Ndiba, Simiyu, Wanjiru. Master of Science in Land and Water Management, Gitau. Master of Science in Plant Pathology, Kulimusi. Master of Science in Range Management, Ouma. Master of Science in Soil Science, Pugale. Master of Science in Agricultural and Applied Economics, Akrong, Aluru, Chepkemoi, Militi, Misiemi, Musungu, Mwasame, Ochwang. Master of Science in Agricultural Information and Communication Management, Kageni. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the awards of various bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness Management, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 to 14. Second class honors lower division, serial number 15 to 23. Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Education and Extension, first class honors, serial number 1 to 3. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 4 to 29, serial number 30 to 39. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 40 to 58. Bachelor of Science in Food Nutrition and Dietetics, first class honors, serial number 1 to 5. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 6 to 12. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 13 to 14. Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Animal Science major, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to 6. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 7. Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Crop Protection major, first class honors, serial number 1 to 2. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 3 to 10. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 11. Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Agricultural Economics major, first class honors, serial number 1 to 2. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 3 to 6. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 7 to 11. Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Crop Science major, first class honors, serial number 1. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 2 to 5. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 6. Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Land Resource major, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1. Bachelor of Science in Horticulture, first class honors, serial number 1. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 2 to 4. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 5 to 7. Pass, serial number 8. Bachelor of Science in Food Science and Technology, first class honors, serial number 1 to 2. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 3 to 9. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 10 to 11. Bachelor of Science in Management of Agroecosystems and Environment, first class honors, serial number 1 to 2. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 3 to 6. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 7 to 11. Bachelor of Science in Range Management, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to 9. Pass, serial number 10. Please be seated. May all the candidates for the award of diploma of the University of Nairobi please arise. Diploma in Crop Protection. Pass, serial number 1 to 2. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 129 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Pharmacology and Toxicology, Malete. Master of Science in Animal Genetics and Breeding, Mwinami. Master of Science in Applied Veterinary Pathology, Chebet. Master of Science in Comparative Animal Physiology, Karia Nyaga. Master of Science in Livestock Production Systems, Yensuk. Master of Science in Productive Biology, Oduo. Master of Science in Veterinary Epidemiology and Economics, Wanjara. Master of Science in Veterinary Pathology and Diagnostics, Bare, Mulwa. Master of Science in Veterinary Public Health, Kariuki. Master of Science in Wildlife Health and Management, Baga. Master of Science in Applied Microbiology, Igizeneza. Master of Science in Clinical Pathology and Laboratory Diagnosis, Chebele, Wamboi. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of various bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Science in Wildlife Management and Conservation, second class honors, upper division, serial 1 to 8. Second class honors, lower division, serial 9 to 22. Pass, serial 23. Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine, serial 1 to 39. Serial 40 to 56. Bachelor of Science in Fisheries and Aquaculture Management, first class honors, serial number 1 to 2. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 3 to 9. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 10. Pass, serial number 11 to 17. Bachelor of Science in Leather Science and Technology, first class honors, serial number 1. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 2 to 9. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 10 to 16. Pass, serial number 17 to 18. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 3 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates arise for the award of master degree of the University of Nairobi. Please arise. Master of Science in Environmental Governance, Chepsi Roll, Gitau, Kilonzi.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Master's degree of the University please arise. Master of Arts in Design, Chesaru Macharia Mowunde. Please be seated. Bachelor of Arts in Design, first class honors, serial number 1 to 18. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 19 to 41. Serial number 42 to 51. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 52 to 60. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 173 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Master's degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Architecture, Tirop. Master of Arts in Construction Management, Muithulia Tanui. Master of Urban Management, Abuya John Makagutu Mudoka Oude. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of various bachelor degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Architectural Studies, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 6. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 7 to 23. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 24 to 54. Pass, serial number 55 to 65. Bachelor of Architecture, serial First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 10. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 11 to 33. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 34 to 64. Serial number 65 to 72. Pass. Serial number 73 to 80. Bachelor of Arts, Planning, Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 1 to 3. Bachelor of Construction Management, Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 1. Bachelor of Quantity Surveying, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 1. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 2 to 4. Pass, serial number 5 to 7. Please be seated. May all the candidates for the award of diploma of the University of Nairobi please arise. Pass, serial number 1 to 9.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 248 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. Master of Science in Civil Engineering, Environmental Health Engineering, Arima. Master of Science in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Mwayuli. Master of Science in Energy Management, Idhaiga, Kamau, Momo, Odeko, Owine. Master of Science in Environmental and Biosystems Engineering, Kimeu, Nikuze. Master of Science in Geographical Information Systems, Awiti, Kutu, Laktabai, Yege, Olo. Master of Science in Civil Engineering, Transportation Engineering, Kituku. Please be seated. Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 14. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 15 to 23. Serial number 24 to 50. Serial number 51 to 58. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 59 to 78. Serial number 79 to 92. Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 10. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 11 to 22. Serial number 23 to 34. Bachelor of Science in Biosystems Engineering, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 1 to 16. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 17 to 22. Serial number 23 to 26. Bachelor of Science in Geospatial Engineering, First class honors, serial number 1 to 3. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 4 to 20. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 21 to 22. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 8 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following award of the University of Nairobi. Master of Science in Nuclear Science. May the following candidates for the award of master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Nuclear Science, Anakori Kenneth Achara Karivi Kikech Lucy Mwangi Wamele Wajara. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 1 candidate satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following award of the University of Nairobi. Master of Climate Change and Adaptation, Mukasa. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 148 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Applied Parasitology, Omondi Wamkota. Master of Science in Aquatic Culture, Arori. Master of Science in Biology of Conservation, Ouma. Master of Science in Genetics, Omwom. Master of Science in Medical and Veterinary Entomology, Sifuna. Master of Science in Marine Biodiversity Conservation and Fisheries Management, Wafula. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of various bachelor degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Science in Biology, first class honors, serial number 1 to 4. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 5 to 13. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 14 to 21, serial number 22 to 26. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Conservation and Natural Resources Management, first class honors, serial number 1 to 2. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 3 to 26. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 28 to 58. Pass, serial number 59 to 61. Bachelor of Science in Microbiology and Biotechnology, First class honors, serial number 1 to 7. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 8 to 22. Serial number 23 to 29. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 30 to 49. Serial number 50 to 53. Pass, serial number 54. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Applied Computing, Masika, Mwaniki, Okelo Odongo, Okumu. Master of Science in Computational Intelligence, Matu, Muchunku, Muita, Omare, Onyango, Hanyako, Wanjiru. Master of Science in Computer Science, Kimani, Mungo, Murioki, Deretu. Master of Science in Distributed Computing Technology, Airo, Buyu, Itangi, Kihu, Kimani, Langat, Mutulu, Obote, Ochieng, Oluoch, Onyego, Wahome, Wainaina George Dungu, Wainaina George John Mukanu, Wanyonyi, Wycliffe. Master of Science in Information Systems, Koligei. Master of Science in Information Technology Management, Ateng, Awor, Choge, Ileli, Juma, Kiara, Kiratu, Kosgei, Maina, Manja, Munyare, Murimi, Mutunga, Ndunda, Dungu, Njeru, Njoroge, Thiga, Onimbo, Onyango, Ouma, Stienei, Washira, Wangondu, Waweru. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of Bachelor degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, first class, serial number 1 to 4. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 5 to 27. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 28 to 62. Pass, serial number 63. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of diploma of the University of Nairobi please arise. Diploma in Computer Science, distinction, serial number 1 to 6. Credit, serial number 7 to 24. Pass, serial number 25 to 36. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Master's degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Actuarial Science, Irungu, Ngina, Njoroke, Nyabonyi, Nyamache, Obocha, Konzoti, Oyugi. Master of Science in Applied Mathematics, Pambo. Master of Science in Biometry, Joseph, Karule, Kilemi, Mauti. Master of Science in Mathematical Statistics, Johanna. Master of Science in Pure Mathematics, Boya, Mutuku. Master of Science in Social Statistics, Gichiri, Obunde, Rono. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of various bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. First, Bachelor of Science in Statistics, First Class Honors, serial number 1. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 2 to 11. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 12 to 24. Pass, serial number 25 to 28. Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 7. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 8 to 29. Then serial number 30 to 32. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 33 to 58. Pass, serial number 59 to 66. Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 2. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 3 to 9. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 10 to 16. Pass, serial number 17 to 19. Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Computing, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 1 to 2. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 3 to 4. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of Postgraduate Diploma of the University of Nairobi please arise. Postgraduate Diploma in Actuarial Science, Credit, serial number 1. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Analytical Chemistry, Moenga, Mugai, Olo. Master of Science in Aviation Meteorology, Nganiwa. Master of Science in Chemistry, Kisa Obongo Olo. Master of Science in Climate Change, Kaitia Nyigiro Tulula Wanyoni. Science in Environmental Chemistry, Kundu. Master of Science in Geology, Ntirampeba Okwera Onguso. Master of Science in Industrial Chemistry, Mwakazi Ocheng. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of various bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Science, First Class Honors, serial numbers 1 to 8. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 9 to 30. And serial number 31 to 54. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 55 to 64. Serial number 65 to 102. Serial number 103 to 126. Pass, serial number 127 to 136. 137 to 145. Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 6. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 7 to 20. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 21 to 31. Pass, serial number 33 to 35. Bachelor of Science in Analytical Chemistry, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 3. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 4 to 6. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 7 to 11. Bachelor of Science in Astronomy and Astrophysics, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 1 to 2. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 3 to 6. Pass, serial number 7. Bachelor of Science in Geology, First Class Honors, serial number 1. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 2 to 17. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 18 to 23. And serial number 24 to 39. Pass, serial number 40 to 44. Bachelor of Science in Industrial Chemistry, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 11. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 12 to 29. And serial number 30 to 36. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 37 to 44. Pass, serial number 45. Bachelor of Science in Meteorology, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 3. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 4 to 15. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 16 to 24. And serial number 25 to 38. Pass, serial number 39 to 42. Bachelor of Science in Microprocessor Technology and Instrumentation, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 1 to 9. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 10 to 13. Bachelor of Science Petroleum Geoscience, First Class Honors, serial number 1. And Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 2. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates certify the Board of Examiner and the Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidate for the award of Master Degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science Degree in Biotechnology, Gaiwa. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Education, Curriculum Studies, Amtala, Njagi, Obuhatsa. Master of Education, Early Childhood Education, Kaane, Obongo. Master of Education, Educational Administration, Akelo, Gesimba, Kosgei, Odeng, Okundiowor, Sigunyu. Master of Education, Educational Planning, Mwakavi, Nyambegera. Master of Education, Philosophy of Education, Nzioka. Master of Education, Sociology of Education, Keino, Kipkorir, Sakwa. Master of Education in Measurement and Evaluation, Asewe, Baraza, Mboya, Mutisia, Mwandikwa, Onyango. Master of Education in Educational Technology, Gitonga, Kidhinji, Wekesa, Wesa. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of various bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Education Arts, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 6. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 7 to 26. Serial number 27 to 61. Serial number 62 to 98. Serial number 99 to 121. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 122 to 134. Serial number 135 to 171. Serial number 172 to 186. Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood Education. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 1 to 24. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 25 to 27. Bachelor of Education, Physical Education and Sport. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 1 to 6. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 7 to 8. Bachelor of Education Science, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 3. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 4 to 26. Serial number 27 to 52. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, serial number 53 to 58. Serial number 59 to 80. Pass. Serial number 81. Bachelor of Education, ICT, First Class Honors, serial number 1 to 2. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, serial number 3 to 10. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the year 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates certified the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the conferment of master's degree of University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Peace Education, Mohamud. Master of Arts in Project Planning and Management, Abbas, Abdikadir, Abdurrahman, Akuta, Amuma, Amwai, Anampi, Andati, Arabo, Asha, Atieno, Barasa, Bedikuza, Belion, Bernard, Biwot, Chemjo, Edgar, Esekon, Gaibo, Gikama, Gadaiga, Gadaga, Kolole, Agals, Halake, Ibrahim, Inuvu, Irungu, Kamau, Katuto, Kawira, Kazungu, Kiai, Kibet, Kiboma, Kimodho, Kinywa, Kinywa Jona, Kinywa Rose, Kiruki, Kitui, Kome, Korane, Lesamana, Lotom, Luusa, Maxembo, Maina, Maina Sospita, Malungu, Babu, Mboya, Megich, Mohamed Adan, Mohamed Haron, Mohamed Nur, Mohamud, Muasia Adru, Muasia Dina, Mulwa, Mudisona, Munene, Murira, Muriv, Mirungi, Musau, Musioka, Mudhe, Mutugi, Mutuku, Mwabusa, Mwach, Mwaita, Mwacha, Mwanzia, Mwari, Mwendwa, Mwicha, Chombera, Ndeti, Ndungu, Ngetich, Ngeni, Nokisho, Ntinyari, Nyaga, Nyaki, Nyagina, Obiero, Ocheng, Ojuk, Okoth, Omuondo, Onsomu, Onyinka, Opondo, Oprong, Owino, Safara, Sang, Senj, Shokole, Sophia, Duo, Tonya, Wambua, Winnie, Yusuf. Please be seated. Bachelor of Education, First Class Honors, Serial 1 to 17. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, Serial 18 to 25. Serial 26 to 56 to 56. Serial 57 to 92. Serial 92 to 128. Serial 129 to 163. Serial 164 to 184. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, Serial 185 to 195. Serial 196 to 213. Bachelor of Education Science, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, Serial 1. Bachelor of Adult Education and Community Development, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, Serial 1 to 2. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, Serial 3. Bachelor of Project Planning and Management, First Class Honors, Serial 1 to 8. Second Class Honors, Serial 9 to 27. Serial 28 to 50. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, Serial 51 to 52. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of the Postgraduate Diploma of University of Nairobi please arise. Credit: Ali, Bet, Dena, Mose, Deritu, Ogut, Okumu, Uganya. Pass: Gichora, Karanja, Kimani. Postgraduate Diploma of Project Planning and Management. Credit: Barasa, Mugatia, Odiek. Please be seated. May the following candidates for the award of Diploma of the University of Nairobi please arise. Diploma in Adult Education and Community Development. Credit: Serial 1 to 3. Diploma in Business Management, Distinction, Serial 1 to 12. Credit: Serial 13 to 22, 23 to 51, 52 to 83, 84 to 112. Diploma in Guidance and Counseling, Serial 1, Distinction, Serial 1. Diploma in Human Resource Management, distinction, serial 1 to 3, credit, serial 4 to 24, serial 25 to 41, pass, serial 42 to 45. Diploma in Project Planning and Management, distinction, serial 1 to 3, credit, serial 4 to 26, pass, serial 27 to 30. Diploma in Public Relations, distinction, serial 1, credit, serial 2 to 19, pass, serial 20 to 25. Diploma in Purchasing and Supplies Management, distinction, serial 1 to 2, credit, serial 3 to 27, serial 28 to 51, pass, serial 52 to 73. Diploma in Sales and Marketing, distinction, serial 1. Please be seated. Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following two candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of master degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Dental Surgery in Periodontology, Kiale. Master of Dental Surgery in Prosthodontics, Marufu. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following one candidate satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidate for the award of master degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Biochemistry, Makunja. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 6 candidates satisfy the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of master degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Pharmacy in Clinical Pharmacy, Koech. Master of Pharmacy in Pharmacoepidemiology and Pharmacovigilance, Kibati, Muyu, Nyabuti, Onsara. Master of Science in Molecular Pharmacology, Ogoya. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 2 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Masters of Degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Public Health, Logan Jigua. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 28 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. Diploma in Renal Nursing. May the following candidates for the Diploma in Renal Nursing arise. serial number 1 to 28. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the year 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Master's degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Arts in Sociology, Tulu. Master of Arts in Psychology, Community Psychology, Muiruri, Gutu. Master of Arts in Psychology, Forensic Psychology, Buria. Master of Arts in Political Science and Public Administration, Okul. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the year 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. Master of Business Administration, Kaberia, Kemei, Kihumba, Kinyanjui, Chalo, Biu, Bugwa, Mwangi, Joroge, Juguna, Nyaga, Nyakundi, Nyakerania, Nyasetia, Odek, Omari Felista, Onyando, Onyango, Rono. Master of Science in Finance, Ailia, Gikaria, Hassan, Kabiro, Kahutu, Koriata, Mutinda, Odhiambo, Osore, Sigilai, Singoe, Wamae. May the following candidates for the award of the various bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Commerce, Accounting Option, Second Class Honors Upper Division, Serial number 1. Second Class Honors Lower Division, Serial number 2 and 3. Bachelor of Commerce Finance Option, Second Class Honors Upper Division, Serial number 1 to 6. Second Class Honors Lower Division, Serial number 7 to 13. Bachelor of Commerce Marketing Option, Second Class Honors Upper Division, Serial number 1. Second Class Honors Lower Division, Serial number 2. Bachelor of Commerce Human Resource Management Option, Second Class Honors Upper Division, Serial number 1 to 4. Second Class Honors Lower Division, Serial number 5 to 6. Bachelor of Commerce in Procurement and Supply Chain Management, Second Class Honors Upper Division, Serial number 1 to 4. Second Class Honors Lower Division, Serial number 5 to 10. Bachelor of Commerce Business and Information Systems Option, Second Class Honors Lower Division, Serial number 1. Bachelor of Commerce Operations Management Option, Second Class Honors Lower Division, Serial number 1.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following 31 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Arts in Gender and Development Studies, Moigua. Master of Arts in Development Anthropology, Mukungu. Please be seated.
May the following candidates for the award of various bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology. First class honors, Serial 1. Second class honors, Upper Division, Serials 2 to 26. Second class honors, Lower Division, Serial 27 to 28. Bachelor of Arts in Gender and Development Studies, second class honors, Upper Division, Serial 1. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates satisfy the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of Master Degree of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Arts in Women Leadership and Governance in Africa, Chege. Please be seated. May the following candidates, award of Diploma of the University of Nairobi, please arise. Diploma in Women Leadership and Governance in Africa, distinction, serial number 1 and 2. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2019-2020 academic year, the following candidates, whom I have the honor to present to you, satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Nairobi please arise. Doctor of Philosophy in Population Studies, Odhiambo Vincent Otieno. Please be seated. Okay.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and to do all that pertains to this degree.
And now will all the candidates for award of master's degrees please stand up for conferment of their respective degrees by the Chancellor.
I admit you to the master's degree, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and to do all that pertains to this degree.
Will all the candidates for the award of bachelor's degrees please stand up for conferment of their respective degrees by the Chancellor.
I admit you to the respective degrees for which you have been educated, trained, examined, and qualified, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and to do all that pertains to these degrees.
Will all the candidates for the award of postgraduate diplomas please stand up for award of their respective postgraduate diplomas by the Chancellor.
I award you the respective postgraduate diplomas of the University of Nairobi.
all the candidates for award of diplomas please stand up for award of their respective diplomas by the Chancellor.
I award you the respective diplomas of the University of Nairobi. Congratulations all.
Thank you very much, Madam Chancellor.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me by the Statute 3 of the University of Nairobi Statutes of 2013, I declare this assembly dissolved.
May we then all arise for the closing national anthem. Thank you very much. And after the anthem, we come to the close of this function.
Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, haki iwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na undugu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi.
Tusalie tumesimama wakati msafara wa Chancellor unapoondoka katika jukwaa. Tusalie tumesimama tukiwapisha mliofuzu, wageni waalikwa, wazazi, jamaa, ndugu na marafiki, mabibi na mabwana. Kwa niaba ya Chancellor, wanafunzi, wafanyikazi, washiriki na washikadau, napenda kuwarudishia shukrani wale wote ambao wamewezesha sherehe hizi kukamilika na kufana sana na kuwa sherehe za kipekee, pamoja na afisa wa usalama kaunti ya Nairobi, shirika la usambazaji nguvu za umeme, mhandisi wa kaunti jiji la Nairobi, shirika la usambazaji maji jiji la Nairobi, meneja wa kura wa eneo hili, kamati andalizi inayoongozwa na Profesa Julius Ogengo, wafanyikazi ambao wameshiriki katika taratibu mbalimbali kufanikisha sherehe hizi za 63 za kufuzu, bila kuwasahau wageni ambao wamewacha shughuli zao nyingi kuweza kujumuika nasi na kushiriki katika sherehe hizi. Hatuna budi kuwashukuru, huku tukiwatakia kila laheri mnapoendelea kusherekea kufuzu kwenyu.
Gentlemen, we've come to the tail end of virtual 63rd graduation ceremony. We want to thank all of you for joining us today, and hongera to all the graduates. We wish you well. God bless University of Nairobi. God bless Kenya. Thank you so much.
Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you very much. It is the 63rd graduation here at the University of Nairobi, but it's happening virtually. It's already done. It started at 8 a.m. Of course, streaming live on KTN Home. and other websites, of course, just to give you the real picture, the picture on the ground today. We are having 2,851 graduates. Today, right now, they're now graduates after the event that has just ended here at the University of Nairobi. So we are going to speak to several people, several graduates, the feeling that they have right now. Most of them have been following this event virtually at home, others with their relatives, their friends, and their colleagues, just to make sure that they celebrate this day, which means a lot to them. It is a landmark event. It is a day when they culminate that journey of becoming those people that they wanted to be in life. With this COVID-19 pandemic that has ravaged the country, bringing to a stall all those activities that normally runs. Normally we will see very many people here, many students just making sure that they come here and celebrate this day together with their colleagues. But this time round it's different. Nevertheless, this thing is still continuing on. Remember, the University of Nairobi is an academic giant. It is a center of excellence that is setting a trend for all other institutions, all other colleges, all other universities in the country. Just to mention that it has about 10 campuses across the country, most of them having so many students. I'm informed that there are about 84,000 students in any particular year, just showing you how massive this institution is in terms of education. It is also marking 50 years since its inception in 1970 on 10th December that year. And on 10th December this year, it's going to mark 50 years since it was established and given the charter to run and, of course, just offer services, learning experience to students across the globe. We've seen so many students coming from abroad. There are many students following their classes virtually. We've seen this happening even before this COVID pandemic came. There is a section of open and distance learning that is already running, that was up and running even before the pandemic. And this is just setting the pace for others to follow, because it is the big day here at the University of Nairobi. We have about several professors who came in. We saw the Education Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha, and other dignitaries just making sure that they make sure that this day becomes successful. We've seen the Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Kiama, just showing or giving those graduates, the graduates now, the rights, the privilege of becoming who they want to be, the privilege and the powers to read and to do all that appertains to learning to the degree that they have graduated in. And we've seen so many graduates come out of this thing in a very different fashion this time around. But nevertheless, it has happened. It is the 63rd graduation here. So I'm going to talk to a few colleagues and a few students who just graduated this morning, and we're going to speak to them in just a bit. But in the meantime, I'll just give you the history of this university. It has been in existence for over 5 decades. 5 decades since it was put up in 1970, and even before that, it was connected to other universities in the East African region, in Dar es Salaam, the University of Dar es Salaam, the university in Kampala, and this one as well. So that is it right now. That is the situation. We'll be getting to catch up with those that we want to speak to in a bit. Yes, yes. And the graduates, want to begin with them? There's that lady.